What's up everyone, Nanko here, Fantasy Smack Talk, doing another rookie review. But first, make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're part of the notification squad, hit that little bell, and please give me a couple thumbs up, couple likes. But let's get into it, talking about Dalvin Cook, running back out of Florida State, drafted 41st overall by the Minnesota Vikings. And I think they kind of got a steal, right? Cook is first round talent. He had a little bit of fumbling issues and he did have some arrests. He wasn't convicted, but he did have some arrests on the sheet. That's why he slipped to the second round. But Minnesota, I think, actually got a steal with this guy. And for fantasy purposes, he is extremely interesting. First, let's talk about who he needs to battle, right? AP's gone, so they got, or AD is gone, same difference. So they got Latavius Murray there and they got McKinney there. Not worried too much about either of them. Sure, Latavius Murray is a little bit more of a veteran, but not nearly as explosive as Cook, right? Looking at Cook, you're looking at a home run hitter, but you're also looking at a 3-down back. Arguably the best running back to ever come out of Florida State. I think there's a very good chance that he breaks in and he's actually ends up being the starter. Of course, he's going to split with Murray, and you're going to hear about that. But what running back other than Elliott, David Johnson, and Bell don't split with somebody? And even those guys split to a degree. So you got to keep that in mind. And you know, in terms of where he's going in drafts, it's a little bit nuts. Jamal Charles, Dixon, Stewart, Woodhead, all of those guys are going right around or a little bit over him at this point. And I understand it. He's a rookie. We want to hear more what's going to happen. So people that are doing drafts very early, they're going to be questioning, you know, where you should be taking him. But I think if you do have an early draft, this guy could be an absolute steal. There's an outside chance if he ends up being the starter day one, he could be the best running back this year out of the class just based on the volume alone and what he brings to it. Home run hitter, and what I was trying to compare him to, I saw weird comparisons. So like Edgerrin James, which I kind of get, I guess. I see a kind of Charles myself, but I want you to comment below. You tell me who you think Cook is going to compare to in the NFL. While I don't see him as in dynasty and keeper leagues as the best running back, he's number 3 on my list for who you should be taking in those type of leagues. I do think he's a very interesting guy in auction leagues. Guy that if you're doing early auctions, you might be able to get for a couple bucks, which would just be fantastic. I think it's a great value. Later in drafts, pick 90. If you can get him pick 90 or beyond, I think it's going to be a steal, and he's worth a stash at that point. You don't move him into the starting lineup immediately. You see what happens, but you stash him on your bench week 1, week 2, week 3, see where he's at, and then go ahead and you might be able to have a nice little steal into your roster. Or if you don't draft him, wait for the guy that does, maybe he drops him. But either way, Cook's the real deal in terms of talent. Cook's the real deal in terms of what I think he can produce fantasy-wise. Might not happen off the gate, but look out because Cook is a nasty, nasty player. Good luck this year in fantasy. Got a couple more rookie reviews coming your way.